Artlink is a registered charity and limited company that works to promote access to high quality visual arts in community contexts. We're based in the Tullyarvan Mill in Buncrana, which is a community owned and run resource. Over the last 10 years, Artlink has been engaged in a range of projects with a variety of community groups.
Once Artlink had been established with FOSS funding in 1992, in order to keep the programme running, we ran for a number of years on a project-to-project basis. We were funded through the Arts Council of Ireland through a number of their schemes, the Artist in the Community scheme and the Artist in Residence and School schemes. We worked in a number of primary schools in the area and also worked with local community groups in developing projects, mainly environmental projects. The first grants we received from the Arts Council was for an Artist in the Community scheme, and this enabled us to work with a number of community groups to develop art projects in the local park. One of those projects was to design and make this tile seat for the centre of the park. The theme was the life cycle of the salmon, because it was beside a salmon fishing river. And I worked with a number of young women who were working as part of a community employment scheme with the local council. They had been working in the park, digging ditches, planting flowers. So for the winter, for 6 months, beginning in the winter time, they came and worked in the Artlink studio and developed the design for this seat and also made all the tiles. Each of them are handmade and carved and glazed, and then they were sited here. The project lasted 6 months in total. It's become a big feature in the park.
Ten years ago, before Artlink was formed, there was no resource here in Buncrana or indeed in Inishowen where local people could come along and learn and experience the visual arts with professional artists.
Maybe dragging and just pressing instead of outlining.
My name is Aileen McCulloch and I've been involved in a number of projects with Artlink. I'm now studying a fine arts diploma course in Limavady College, which I know I would never have done if it hadn't been for my involvement here in Artlink. That's one side of how I've benefited. I think perhaps even more importantly, it allowed me to tap into my own creativity. I made some wonderful friends whom I still do creative things with, and it almost gave me permission to be the creative person that I would always have wanted to be.
My name is Rory McAteer. I'm from Derry and I've been interested in art now for a number of years. I came to Tullyarvan Mill a number of years ago and took an evening class in painting and drawing, which I enjoyed very much, and I enjoyed the relaxed atmosphere here. And from there I went on to study 2 A-levels in art and design and completed a course in art history with the Open University. This year I've just completed a course, a foundation course in art and design with the Northwest Institute in Derry. And in that course we did some sculpture techniques, but they were all more or less based on found sculpture. I saw this course advertised, which was for traditional sculpture, and I decided to come here to learn some of the traditional techniques of sculpture, and I'm enjoying it very much.
So it's
My name is Georgia Strange. I think of myself as much as a teacher as I do as an artist. I teach at Indiana University in Bloomington, Indiana. I've been there for 16 years. I'm a sculptor. I work with a lot of different materials. Right now I'm working in clay and steel doing figurative work. I was aware of Artlink because I have a former graduate student who is teaching at Artlink, and I was fortunate enough to receive an invitation to come and be a visiting artist for a week. I was really impressed with the mission of combining the being an artist, teaching art with the community. That's something that's becoming more of an issue in the university, at least my university in the States, but I think in academia in general, is looking to try to integrate the university and what it has to offer with the community. That you don't just teach students who are fortunate enough to be able to go to the university, but that you also have a very active, dynamic relationship with the larger community.
It's my belief that the value of an organisation like Artlink is really in that relationship between the arts and how it's delivered in a community context. We're at a stage now, I think universally, where there's a question being asked, what's the function of art in contemporary society? And delivering or providing facilities for people to explore their own creativity, from the very young to the elderly, really adds to the quality of an individual's life. Now, if you've got particular talent there, if you've got enormous interest, or dare I say it, even obsession, you've got the makings of some truly creative and spectacular work, and it actually happens within a local community. I think art has to have integrity and has to connect into a reality or into a community. So that the role of the artist, which has always been seen as kind of wacky and on the periphery of society, which is actually very bad for a human being as well, they're allowed to kind of redefine their role and come into a much more kind of wholesome space where they can earn a living, where they can actually have a function, and where they can provide their community with something valuable.
So you all want to be illustrators, animators, and you want to be, Danielle, you want to be the world's most famous artist? Very modest of you. So that's what you've always wanted to do, or you've always wanted to be, yeah? Okay, well, can you tell me a little bit about what you've done?
I've just done, like, streets of
Wow,
New York.
so this is your background. This is
Yeah,
like Manhattan, is it? Yeah, okay.
that's my gallery.
Excellent.
And then that's my pictures.
All your images, these are your
Yeah.
world famous paintings, are they? Okay, and what are these? These going to be
They're the
New York
taxis.
taxis?
Yeah.
All right, and you've got the little burp burp. You're going to colour these in yellow, aren't you?
Yeah.
For the New York taxis? Wow, they're great. Super.
My name is Karina Askin. I'm a printmaker animator based in Belfast. The There were two main reasons that I wanted to work with Artlink. One was that I was so impressed by the breadth of workshops that they have here for children from all ages, from 4 up to about 17. They work in ceramics, filmmaking, drawing, printing, animation. So that in itself, I found really quite intriguing. And from another personal point of view, it's the area that I really love. I mean, I know Donegal quite well, but this particular part of Donegal in Inishowen I don't know that well, and I have been amazed by the scenery and also by the warmth of the people here.
One of the first schemes that we started to run was the school tours, which was a programme we ran for primary schools in Donegal and Derry. As part of their end-of-year school tour, we offered a variety of workshops that they could come to do for one day. And this was very valuable for us as an organisation, as it introduced us to the school system and allowed schools an introduction to the types of work we did. A lot of our artists in residence and school schemes came from this, because the school had come, done a workshop with us, saw the types of work that could be done, and then approached us to apply, make a joint application to the Arts Council for a long-term project. These projects normally ran for 4 to 5 months at a time, and usually one of the artists, myself or Marie Barrett, would go and work in the schools and carry out a project with all of the school children.
Well, this is our 15th prize day at Barons Court for the Pushkin Prize. I'm Sasha Abercorn, and I was the initiator of this prize 15 years ago. And the thinking behind it is that within every one of us there is a creative person, a creative voice. And so with writing, with all the art forms, we have been exploring this creative voice. Also, a very important part of this program is the environment, because I believe the great creator is in the natural world. And if we can go into that world with our senses and experience and feel what's there, and then come back and create a work of art, we are in fact becoming co-creators. This is perhaps the link that we're missing in education, this sense of connectedness to a higher force, to something bigger than ourselves. And every one of us has that potential, and if you look around this room today, you see every child here with this creative possibility within them. And if they start young enough, they will remain connected, I feel, into the future. And this leads to a sense of harmony, well-being, balance, wholeness. And therefore we will see citizens of the future becoming far more whole beings, people with heads and hearts. And that's really what the Pushkin Prize is about.
I'm Rosie and I'm from Headfirst in Meath, and we're just doing mono printing here, and well, this is my self-portrait, but we did it in sort of cartoon, and you knelt really hard with a biro on card, and then you put it on, you painted it with special printing paint, and you put it on here so it came out sort of negative. And now we're just with stencils and sponges, we're just putting different colours on, using different stencils and putting different colours over different colours.
Hello, my name is Jonathan Dillon, and this is my model painting. We got ink and actually printed our face on, and then I stenciled it all in the background to make it look like fire. I really enjoyed it. It was very fantastic, and this day at Barons Court.
Yeah, Marina's nice though. Yeah, Marina's lovely.
Hello, my name's Dolores and I've just been doing the raku pottery over the last few Saturdays. I've been coming to the Tullyarvan Mill for a number of years, seeing some of the courses, and my daughter has been at the summer school every year and her friends have always really enjoyed it. They make such creative things, it's really brilliant. Then this year there was the Family Fun Day during the Buncrana festival and we came to that with some friends and we thoroughly enjoyed the day. We did the pinhole photography and the pottery with Deirdre, the teacher, on the wheel. Now, the children really enjoyed making their pots that day and I was always really wanting to have a go myself, so then I heard about this course coming up a few weeks later, so I was delighted to come along to that. And it's very exciting. We've just seen the batch of the tall vases coming out and it really is good fun to see them coming out and how the glazes have taken and the colours have come out. So everybody's really pleased with their work, even someone like me who's never done anything very creative before. It actually looks as if something that we've made with our own hands has come out to be very nice looking and we can actually put it somewhere. So I've really enjoyed the course, speaking for myself, and I believe everybody else has as well.
My name's Sue Goodwin. I'm an artist who's based in the northwest of England, and I've worked with Artlink over a number of years doing kiln projects. The group was a mixture of people. We had a teacher, we had a newly qualified artist, and we had some people who'd been involved in Artlink arts courses in the past who hadn't had the opportunity before to do ceramic work linked to building a kiln and doing a raku glaze firing. So this was a new opportunity for them, and I think based on discussions we had yesterday during the day of firing, it really inspired the newly qualified artist. I think she was very inspired by the glaze technique and the success of building the kiln. I think the process of seeing clay things being made right at the beginning of the week and fired and then glaze fired at the end of the week was really a powerful experience for all the group and really built their confidence in themselves as artistic people. And that sense of achievement when something works successfully was really powerful.
Nancy and Elspeth, could you just tell us all the different things that you've done now in the summer school?
We made kites and we printed faces of animals on them. We made photographs yesterday in the darkroom.
And what did you like the best so far?
Making collages of animals.
Very good. And you, Nancy?
The same.
And what are you doing today?
We're printing animals on tiles and paper and things.
And what kind of printing? What are you using to print with?
Ink.
Artlink generates income from workshops and courses, and we encourage private sponsorship. Last year, the credit union sponsored a bursary award scheme for young people, which was very successful. 3 young people were given free entrance into all our courses, and they also had the benefit of one-to-one tuition on a weekly basis with professional artists. In the future, we hope to involve even more artists than what are involved at the moment. We're interested in promoting really a community of artists, both amateur and professional, that are enthusiastic about developing work and new ways of working.
Can you put the fish maybe on the other side so it's a bit clearer? Yeah, what do you think?
A great deal of the past work that Artlink's done has been through either photography or ceramics or more traditional art media. And I feel that really that contemporary art really does embrace those new technologies more and more. Most of the cutting edge work that's been produced internationally uses video, uses digital media. And I feel that it's really time that Artlink updated its facilities and its range of artists to pass those skills on.
We want more people to be involved in making and appreciating art. We aim to provide a range of experiences for people that will help them to be more connected to themselves and to the communities they live in.